Well, you got to get rid of cash and crypto, herd everybody into the digital world, then you can whack them politically, and that's what's going on. There is no there. So, but I see the price action. I know people who bought Bitcoin at $2 and sold out at 20,000 and paid their taxes like good citizens and walked away with $20 million. In other words, there's a portal between crypto world and the main banking world, or the dollar world, or euros, or anything else. Just kidding. All the deposits are good. So that's kind of the world we're living in today. And then people don't know about if their deposits are insured or not. It depends if your bank's systemically important, according to Janet Yellen, and that's undefined.
Hello and welcome to Crypto Street. In this video, we have the privilege of featuring Jim Rickards, an American lawyer, economist, investment banker, speaker, media commentator, and author who will share his insights on matters of finance and precious Bitcoin. Today, we will delve into the secrets of the future of Bitcoin. But before we dive in, let's take a look at the latest developments in the cryptocurrency market. The largest cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, which has been stuck in a narrow range, is finally showing signs of life after experiencing several spikes to 2-month lows. As May comes to an end, Bitcoin fundamentals are advancing, but traders remain divided over the strength of its price. Now, without further ado, let's begin our enlightening discussion with Jim Rickards.
I've been dragged into a whole bunch of gold versus Bitcoin debates, and to me, it's like fish versus bicycles. They're two separate things.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to be the gold side and debate somebody on the Bitcoin side, I'm going to be certain to know more about it than they do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want any surprises. So I've actually studied Bitcoin from the beginning. I read Satoshi Nakamoto's paper like less than a year after it came out. I've studied it very closely ever since.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I spent 10 years working on the problem. There is no there. So, but I see the price action. I know people who bought Bitcoin at $2 and sold out at 20,000 and paid their taxes like good citizens and walked away with $20 million. Those stories are real. There are also suicides from people who bought Bitcoin at $70,000 and went to 15 and they hawked their inventory and they're out of business and committed suicide. So that's the other side of the trade. But yeah, the profit-making stories are real. We can all look at the price action. It was $68,000 in November 2021. That was a real number. I talked to Mark Saylor. He had made about $6 billion at that point. I think he was underwater briefly. He's back up to $1 billion. He lost $5 billion when it went down to 13,000. That's rallied recently. I get all that, but I'm like, what is it and why? So I've come up with two explanations. Actually, if I work on an issue for 10 years or so and I solve it, I move on. I'm like, okay, I don't have to think about it anymore because I solved the problem.
Bitcoin starts the new week in a different mood as the weekly candle close signals a move higher. Currently trading just below $28,000, the cryptocurrency has managed to improve its outlook, despite concerns about the intra-week trend. Rect Capital tweeted that BTC has weekly closed right at the falling wedge resistance or just above it. Either way, BTC may be set for a dip to retest the top of this falling wedge, as support successful retest would confirm the falling wedge breakout. However, with volatility back in play, traders remain conflicted, wondering if short time frame strength can lead to an overall trend breakout.
So here's the thing on Bitcoin. The best way to understand it, if I go into the Wynn Hotel in Las Vegas, I put $5,000 down the roulette table. The croupier gives me a big stack of chips, and I gamble. And I could make money, or I could lose money. I know the odds and all that. I'm working on a roulette system, so does everybody. But you can make or lose money. But let's say you make money, okay? You can't take those chips and walk out on the boulevard and buy dinner. You have to go to the cashier and change them for dollars, and then you can take your dollars and treat your friends to dinner, whatever you want. In other words, there's a portal between crypto world and the main banking world, or the dollar world, or euros, or anything else, that you have to go through in order to find any utility in the sense of money. So I've thought of it as a casino chip where the crypto world, and Bitcoin, I know Ether and Ripple and all these other ones, they're the casino. You can go in, put your dollars up, get your chips, gamble, make money or lose money, but you can't go anywhere else. You can't do anything else. You're just in the casino. And if you want to get out of the casino and be back in the real world, you got to go to the cashier.
After several weeks of negotiations between Republican and Democrat lawmakers, the Biden administration has presented a solution to the U.S. debt ceiling debacle to Congress. While it remains uncertain whether the solution will pass, bets on the outcome are already being made. Despite the debt ceiling representing little in terms of macroeconomic policy trends, it has formed an impetus for optimism in the Bitcoin market. Jeremy Siegel, a professor of finance at the University of Pennsylvania, expressed confidence in the passing of the solution, summarizing a popular theory. The sentiment is that the solution is virtually certain to be passed, providing a boost of confidence to investors.
So here we are, March 10th, 2023. The FDIC gets out the bail-in playbook and says, okay, equity's gone. The insured deposits being paid, $250. Your money will be good Monday morning, no problem. And all you other depositors, you $140 billion of depositors, you're wiped out. They didn't say we're freezing your accounts or we'll get, they said you're gone. And they gave them a receivership certificate because the company was technically put into receivership. You got a receivership certificate. What was it worth? No idea. When will I get cash? We're working on it. We'll sell the assets and we'll pay you as and when we get proceeds, we'll pay you. But we don't know when. And the RTC in 1990, same kind of deal, took 2 years. I thought they did a good job. I was doing deals with the RTC. We were sitting on boxes because their furniture hadn't arrived yet. But they were wheeling and dealing and trying to get the stuff out the door. Well, all the billionaire crybabies spent the weekend banging on the White House door saying, you can't do this. This is entrepreneurs all over Silicon Valley. This is their startup capital. They can't meet payroll. They can't pay the rent. You're going to shut down technology, et cetera, et cetera. You can't do this, basically. So the first announcement was 6 o'clock Friday. At 6 p.m. on Sunday, the 12th, the FDIC and the Fed came out with a statement and said, just kidding. All the deposits are good. Unlimited amounts. I knew a guy was moving $8 billion out of it. He told me, we put the wire instructions on Thursday, but from Thursday to Sunday, we didn't know where the money was, and nobody did. But it came through. One of the crypto exchanges had $3 billion, and I think the Circle, the one that backs one of the stable coins, they had $3 billion, but they had Cisco, Roku, Etsy. They had a ton of big names in there. And then the whole startup thing was a bit of a fraud because, first of all, most startups fail anyway, so you were just kind of accelerating the timeline. But it was a climate bank, and that's why the White House caved, because these were not new apps or cryptocurrencies or things that maybe make life a little bit simpler. It was all climate change. They were working on battery technology, wind turbines, battery chemistry, carbon capture, et cetera. There is no climate crisis. That's made up we're on a separate agenda of world control. But that's who was in it. And of course, if you're at the White House, the green news scam is your number one priority. So that's why they got bailed out. So they just took the bail-in thing and tore it up, threw it away, insured all the depositors. They did more than that. The Fed created a facility. They would take every underwater bond in the country, if you're a member bank, and give you par. So if your bond's worth 80, they'll give you 100. I wouldn't mind getting in on that deal, for 1 year at low interest, and I'm sure they'll extend it when the year's up. So that's kind of the world we're living in today. And then people don't know about if their deposits are insured or not. It depends if your bank's systemically important, according to Janet Yellen, and that's undefined.
Thank you for watching. We appreciate your support and engagement. We'd love to hear your thoughts on where the world of cryptocurrencies is heading. Please share your insights in the comments below. See you soon.